Well, welcome to class today. So we have our collaboration center. This is going to be for both the buyer side and the seller side. We're also going to be hitting a few cool things like how to add a favorite listing or a recommended listing into your client's cart, and which is ultimately goes into their Collab center. Really great way to do it. So usually in the new agent welcome class, I teach this from the searching icon. Today, I'd like to show you how to do it from the contacts icon because you never know which way you need it. So I like to show it both different ways. So I want to show you first the big notice that we have right here. We have a hybrid class coming up. It's not just Cloud CMA. Sorry, Taylor did this for me. It is easy CMAs with Cloud CMA and Paragon. So it does go over, it's not just how to get comps and pull them out of Cloud, because we never want to do that. We want to make sure that we use the power of the MLS to search for those comps, use that easy button and bring them over to Cloud. So we have 6 in-person seats available at the site in Shelby Township. However, 3 of them are already taken. So if you want to get in on an in-person class, we have 3 more seats available. And we're also going to be having some coffee and donuts, which I think I'm going to volunteer to go buy the donuts, because that sounds like something that's right up my alley. So I am going to mark this as red, so I know that I've got it taken care of. All right, so first and foremost, what I want to show you on your homepage, how to get a little synopsis of what is going on with your clients. So for me, I am a licensee, but I am not an active licensee. So I do have a friend set up on a search. It's my husband's, one of his coworkers. So Brandon wanted to know what's going on in the Harrison Township area. He wants to be on the waterfront a little further up than where he is. He's selling his condo in downtown Detroit. So he wanted to see what's going on. So this is a perfect opportunity to show you. So Brandon has actually visited the site 10 times in the last 7 days. However, he hasn't marked anything as a favorite, possible, or reject, because you would see those right here. There's no comments and no new searches being set up, and I don't have any sellers in my system. But I do want to show you, I will be assuming Audra Jancik's identity today and show you how to add your seller to the Collab Center as well. So it's a very cool thing. So that is first and foremost how to find them here. Then when we want to go add a contact to the Collab Center, it's easiest to just start by the contacts. We're going to add a contact. Make sure to put my questions up here. And you guys you want to just let me know that you can hear me and see me just fine. If I'm not starting to lag a little bit. Actually, I'll go ahead and turn off my camera so we don't lag today. So from your contacts module, so you know that the 2 required fields are first name, last name in order to save a contact. So I'm going to go with Betty, buyer. Now, once I hit tab, it will give me a green check mark saying, yeah, it looks like a valid email address. And I do have to select that it's primary as well. So now that I have Betty Buyer in here and her email address, what about her husband? Or maybe I want her brother, her son, her dad. It doesn't matter. What if we want, let's see, we're going to add the secondary as name, go Bobby Buyer. And I do add the first and last name here, because you'll see a little later on how that works out nicely. Now, as I tab through, it does give me the green check mark. Now, I don't want to select primary on this because that will toggle off. Betty is being the primary. Bobby's just in for the ride. And then, yes, I do want to add him to the notifications. So we simply click the checkbox there. I can also add their homeowner's address here because I can run labels out of this program. If I wanted to collect any more information about this person, I certainly can. Telephone numbers, always good. If you want to text them, you can add their texting information here. Now you also have contact types. So if you want, you can add them in as what kind of people they are, whether they're a buyer, a friend, lender, title, seller. Maybe they are both a buyer and seller on this one. You can add them here. Now your groups are going to be absolutely empty for you until you actually create them yourself. In the contacts module, you just simply manage your groups, and that's how you'll create them well there. So if you want to send them bulk emails, you can. You just need to massage that information just a little bit to make it great. All right, reverse prospecting. This is something that you have to opt in. What is reverse prospecting? This says, I will allow a listing agent, somebody else, a listing agent to run a report on their listing to find out who in the MLS has a buyer's search that matches my listing. And that's kind of simple. It's a really cool thing. However, you do have to opt into that. It's not an opt out, which typically sometimes in the past they were. So, but it's another way. I mean, it's give and take, whether people like it or not. Some people say it's just another way for to get bombarded by emails from listing agents. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use it today. You have to give them a name. So when the listing agent runs their report, they're going to find out that me, Debbie, has a contact with the alias of Snowflake that has a match. They won't know my contact's information, none of that. Okay, now from here, you need to save this contact. All right, and you see that success, your contact has been saved successfully. Now you can use the next, but this one will cycle back to the contact information where you just were at. Click next again, and you'll be bumped right to your searches. So your saved searches. Are you going to add a new saved search or load an existing saved search? So if you had already did a search and didn't marry up a contact, you could do it from here. So I have my favorite lottery search. So I could just select the lottery search and tap save. And then I would set up my Collab Center notifications. So let's go back. Let's remove this search from my contact. So this is nice how you can remove it, you can edit it, and view their Collab Center right here. So I'm going to remove this search because I want to go back and add or create a new saved search. So this will be residential. We'll keep it simple today. All right, residential, active. Let's see, we could search by a map, or we could put in municipalities, either way. So let's do the first off, we'll just add some municipalities in here. We'll keep it nice and simple today. Our price range is 300. And when you search in Paragon Connect, which is the mobile version of Paragon, you actually have to add in all of those numbers. So it's only tripped me up once or twice. County, and if I want to make sure to trim this down a little bit, I'll pick my St. Clair County. And let's see, which areas do I want in St. Clair? Now, remember, if I hit my magnifying glass from here, this now brings me up only St. Clair County. If you didn't select your county, you could always say 74 and then begins with. So those are all of my municipalities that start with 74, which is the county code of St. Clair. So either I could select whatever, it doesn't really matter. We'll go in and say Algonac, Ira, we'll be in the township here. Go to your next page. And of course, I want St. Clair and the township as well. And save. So you could simply do it this way. You also have another way of doing this. So remember, you have your criteria summary over here on the right-hand side. If you want, you can remove all of those because I want to show you one thing. So let's see, if I want everything but Cotterville and Musée, not to be mean to anybody, so if I wanted anywhere in the county but those two counties, and maybe Port Huron is a no, I could simply tell it anywhere in the county but those. So anything not equal to that. So now I have 89 listings. So I could do that as well. Structure style, how about a 1-story? Bedrooms, 3 to 4 bedrooms, at least 1.5 baths. So remember, this gives me 2 bathrooms total. If you wanted to be specific about 2 full bathrooms, remember that's down below. Basement, yes. Waterfront, it would be nice. Fireplace is still not a required field. I'm going to put it in there anyway. See, and I'll bet you $1 I'm going to miss listings. So, and garage, yes. Of course, when I select garage, yes or no up here, I could get more specific that I need at least a 2-car garage. Just as said, I need a garage. So good luck with what that is, huh? Above grade, we're going to go with 1,800 square feet down to 10. Okie doke. And remember your secondary criteria, just tap the arrow and scroll down, and you'll see all sorts of other ways of searching. If you're in my county, or if you're searching for something on Harson's Island, instead of mapping out Harson's Island, you can't search for the municipality of Harson's Island. It's not a municipality, but luckily it actually is a mail city. So if you were looking for something specifically on Harson's Island, you can search by mail city on some of these, which is really, really awesome. Okay, let's go back up to the top. And you'll see here's all of my search criteria and search. And because I'm in the contacts module, once I hit search, it gives me these 2 options. Now, save search is your first option. You could add it to a listing cart, but that is stagnant. It doesn't change once they go in there. There's nothing added to the search or removed from the search. The only changes in there are if it's active or not, pending, the status will change, and the price can change. Those are the only things that will change. So here we are. I'm going to save my contact or save my search, and it's already given me a name, which I like that. I absolutely love that. 26, 22. I like the name and date. That's all. See, and when you do it from the contacts module, all your saved searches for clients will be grouped together because it's saved search for and your client's name. So it is a really nice filing system for it. Coming from a desk jockey, I know. All right, my search was saved successfully. Now my automatic notifications are defaulted to the Collab Center, which is what I love. The old options were email, and then when I want to turn my client off, I can simply turn them off right here. I don't want to do the straightforward email. I like that Collab Center where she can keep all of her listings in one place. She can favorite them, mark them as a no-go, request a showing from me. So that's really fantastic. Now, if I decided to send out the welcome message right now, I can do that. However, here's what happens. My client will be set on immediate notifications, and my agent notifications are also set to immediate notifications. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe my client doesn't want that. So let's go into the options. If you missed that, here, let me show you. So I selected the options for the automatic notifications. Now, for me, I have set my notifications to only 6 months. So in 6 months, this buyer will expire. Now, it just doesn't just fade away. There will be a note to me saying, hey, Betty buyer is about to expire. Do you want to extend them? It's a great time to reach out. Let me know what's going on. Now, what's going to trigger a notification to my client? This might be different than what yours is. I have put status changes in here because the market was moving so quickly. Maybe I'll remove that for now. So that's part of my defaults. So if I wanted to go back to my defaults in my preferences wizard, my preferences icon back here, I can. So these are what's going to change or trigger a comment, trigger an email to my client. Client notifications immediately. She's a hot buyer. She's ready. My agent notifications, I don't need to know every single second of the day what's going on. I'm going to set mine to recurring. I do have to select a time frame. I want it to go out daily, every one day. I could just select weekdays too. And I usually have mine going at 7 a.m. So, and that's in my default. I put that in my Paragon Preferences Wizard. So I don't have to keep selecting it every single time. So it's going to go to Betty and Bobby every single time because I selected to notify my spouse or that secondary email contact. You'll notice I did not CC nor BCC myself. I can because me personally, I'm on once a day. My agent notification is different than what clients get. So I could put myself on there if I really wanted to be in the know. I'd like to change this to Collab Center site, St. Clair area. Why not? And tap OK. Now all I need to do is send that welcome message. That's going to go to Betty and Bobby. Welcome to your Collab Center for buyers. Now you'll notice it is blank. So let's preview what's here. Welcome, Betty Buyer and Bobby Buyer. So this is exactly why I put the full name in the spouses, just because it looks like that. 10 matches have found, they could view them. Where do those listings come? They're all going to be undecided until I also put in agent picks in there. They can favorite, possible reject. They're pretty familiar with that. Communicate with comments. They can compare listings, and they can also create their own custom folders. They do need to create a password, and their username is going to be the primary person. So it's her email address. And then they can contact me any way they like. So I have added something in each one of these blocks in the Collab Center Preferences Wizard. If I don't have a Facebook business page and if I don't put anything in there, nothing will be entered. If I don't have an Instagram page and I don't put anything in there, it will not show. And same with Twitter. I do not have a Twitter account anymore. What did I put in here? Oh, that's what I put in there. I wanted to show you what it looks like when all of these boxes are populated. And you know, this is going to be your brokerage company here, your broker's address here. And send. Ta-da! You always want to make sure that you've got that green email sent. And I can view my site right from here as well. Okay, let's close this. So if you need in the future, you can resend an invitation. You can also view your client's Collab Center right from here too, which is sometimes a necessity. You want to see what's going on in their account. You can also mark things as favorites, possibles, or rejects on behalf of your client as well. It just helps them get rid of the stuff. So let's go ahead and take a peek at their Collab Center. So there are the 10. They're all new. Nothing else has changed here. No favorites, possibles, rejects, no agent picks as of yet. At the very top, there's my contact information. They can contact me and more info. I can add all of my information here. I can also add a story, which for me, it's the new agent onboarding video. I wanted to see what it looked like, so I put one of our videos there. It does have to be hosted on a site like Vimeo, YouTube. There's a lot of other sites there. And again, let's see, working from the top on both sides. There's my headshot, my email, visit my site. So if you don't have your website in here, you can email me and let me know. You can even put it in the chat box and I will make sure to do that after class for you today. Again, all of my social media links. The About Me page is a default. If you don't have something there, again, put it in the questions box and just let me know. There's also a section for my links, which you could make this your affiliates. It could be anything to help your clients. Even right here, staging can help you sell. This was a video that I found years ago. National Association of Realtors. I'm in the Blue Water area, so I could put the Blue Water area hotspots. So what I did on these, which I will show you the preferences wizard, if you don't type out a different name for it, it will put the URL and then the URL here as well. And it's not very becoming, because you'll see that you can read these things. And for you, so over here on the right-hand side, remember I said you have your own website. If your company hasn't issued you one, you haven't bought your own, you do have one from HomeSnap. So I just put HomeSnap search like an agent. That gets to my default page. I'll go ahead and click into that. And that's my page right there. That's something that you can post out on social media as well. I'm going to close this tab. And I'll close the About Me page. They have the opportunity to view these listings however they want the list. They can do it as a tile view. They can even see them on a map view. All right, so this now, they can see where all they are. And then maybe you can say, oh, you know, those are a little far out. Maybe not that far out. I want it to be a little bit more centralized. So if we go back to that thumbnail view, from each listing, they can favorite, possible, reject, add them to their own custom folder, and they can compare listings as well. So you select one and compare it to another one. They get the short and skinny, 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,900 square feet. They can view the detail. They also have the opportunity to do a little bit more. So they can email me or email it out to anybody else. Comments go to me. They can request a showing. That goes to me as well. They can also share this on Facebook. Now, when they share this listing, now it might be another, it most likely is another agent's listings. The attribution still comes back to me. My headshot's on it, but on the bottom, it does show that the listing is provided by whoever the listing brokerage is. So if they were to post that out, I will show you what it looks like on a page I manage, Big Red Homes, test. This is an unpublished page, so I want you to see what it looks like, because not everybody goes through the trouble of creating a unpublished page. So here's my Big Red Homes. Got to scroll down beyond the user stuff. There's my test. So there's the home. Nice. See, but this one does not give me the address right here. That's why you would have to do something in the comments saying, hey, are you guys gonna come visit me if I move out to East China, Michigan? Like, where's East China? So this is what I'm saying is it does come branded to me because I would be her agent. When they click into the listing is when they see that the listing attribution is there. Just a little side step there for you. So those are the things that they can do. And of course, that detail page has a ton of information there. All the photos, map view, street view. They can go jump right to all of those titles there. The remarks, listing summary. So you see all the information here. Taxes are here, features, the rooms, which we'll get that nice and cleaned up one day. Lease information, there's none, no HOA, the history of the property, and of course, valuations as well. This is something that you can turn on or off in your preferences wizard. Easy value is from Black Knight, and RPR has no value available either. Hey, great, at least Zillow is doing something. But they say that anywhere between 406 and 449, which is a wide margin, so around 427 would be the average there. Mortgage Center, calculate payments, which is really awesome that your clients have this here. So their purchase price is at $429. Maybe they'll say they're going $430. And a down payment of maybe 15, 20%. Interest rates are now to what, 6 something. And maybe we'll cut this down to 15 years. Oh. And calculate those payments. And there should be the change there. Purchase price of $430 with 6% interest, principal, and interest. Community profiles, school system, amenities, home sales, and I know that East China isn't always the best example on information like this. I should choose something a little closer to the Macomb County area. So look at this. Very great information for your clients in here. Inventory. There you go. And just close this. And let's close out your client's Collab Center. So now you see how to get a buyer set up on the Collab Center. Now let's go into those really cool things. How do we get a listing, an agent recommended listing in there? Simple. What we're going to do is we're going to go find a listing. I'm going to cheat, go the nice easy way. And we're going to go to my market monitor. And you know, the market monitor is the easy way to find your information, your office's listings, and your firm's listings as well too. So in my market monitor, I have it set up to be my school district, because here in St. Clair, the school district covers a lot of cities. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to go into one of those new listings. And I'm going to pick this one on Turnberry. This one here. I think my client would love this one. I've already looked through all the photos. I think this really fits her wants. Something she could update a little bit, close enough to the golf course. It's great bones. All right, so what do? We are going to save this listing to a listing cart. Not for myself, but for my contact. And it'll automatically select that current. I just need to find Betty. There she is. And save and notify, because the notifications might not have been set up on that. Oh, and it's already open. So we'll go over to the contacts. So we have agent recommended. She is set up on the Collab Center here, so we are good. So that is going to go out to my client here shortly. It's modified today, and at any time I wanted to see what recommended listings are in here, just tap into the one. Most of the time, wherever you see those ones, they are right there. So now, if I close out of Betty, let me just do a search for Betty. I'll show you everything that's going on with my client. Active, and if there's an exclamation point here, it means that they've opted out, which I think I have one that has opted out, so I'll show you what that looks like. Their phone number, they have a view their site button. There are 11 matches, because I had 10, then I put one in an agent recommended. Now she hasn't marked anything as a favorite, possible reject. She hasn't been notified as of yet. If I refresh, it'll probably show up. And I also have that alias of Snowflake right here, just in case. If I want to tap the plus button on the left, that means I'm going to open up that contact. Now I will see what those 11 listings look like. 10 come for that saved search, and 1 comes from the agent recommended. And if they had marked any of those favorites, possibles, rejects, they would also show up there as well. And the green button just went away. So I'll show you that green button. So the green button just says that, yes, there's new activity since the last time you've looked in. So I can go into, see under my big cursor there, it says new activity. So I just go in and open it up. Wasn't anything new there, so there was something new someplace else. And Brandon has some new stuff in here. There's one new, two changed. So anytime I could just pop in to see, oh, what is new for Brandon? Oh, this one, okay. On Jefferson. Great, I think maybe he would love this one. So maybe now's the time to reach out to Brandon and say, hey, did you see that new listing that just came up? I think that might fit your needs perfectly. And just back out of that MLS default spreadsheet, close that up. So now you'll see whenever that green dot is there, it means that there is new activity for your clients. Now there's also one other thing. I'm going to open up Debbie Gmail Fajardo. Now I'm going to go into my contact information. So the one thing you'll notice here, this client is set to agent preview. When you first create a client, they are set to new only. That means that they can create new searches in their Collab Center, which is kind of nice. It's a little clunky, but they can do it. If they want to do searches, I would search in HomeSnap, really. So this one is set to agent preview. And this one says, those listings need to come to me first because I know exactly what my client needs. She doesn't want to filter through all of that air quote stuff that she's getting because she hates yellow-sided houses. She doesn't want that stone on the front, you know, that round stone. She would like something a little more updated. And you can't exactly put updated in there. I mean, yeah, you can in the public remarks, you can put a search on that, but whew, you're going out on a limb. I would rather personally look at those. So this is now set to agent preview. So let's go to that buyer activity section. There's that search. So in here, when I created that search, I set it to agent preview because I start this one from the contacts module. So now there are 33 listings that need approval. So let's go in and visit those 33. So maybe I would say I would go in and look at these. Come on. There we are. Maybe I would say, yeah, I think this one really, either I can do them in bulk, I can select a few. This one, maybe I've done my research. These guys, yes. So now on that blue bar where you find so much information, I can approve those 3. So now those 3 are going to go out to my client. Now, conversely, if I say this one, and I don't know, whatever, this one and this one, these ones I know she's not going to like, and disapprove those. Now, the nice thing is those aren't absolutely gone. So at the end of the day, when I find that I have no more listings for my client and I don't know what to do with them anymore, I can go into my disapproved and say, okay, well, these met your criteria and you didn't like them before. So let's go back and revisit. Maybe this. Okay, so it was under construction. Maybe it wasn't ready just yet. Maybe she's now willing to look at this one. I'm like, okay, so let's go back. Yeah, maybe so. Let's take a peek at this. And we'll now take this one and approve it. So they're never gone. You never have to create a new search and do all that work. It is all there for you. So we've done agent recommended, and we have this agent preview. So there's the agent preview. If you need information on how to do these, okay, first of all, where's the cheat sheets located? It's going to be in the MLS documents all the way at the very top. Now, don't use the education folder. That's for all of our other vendored MLSs. If you want to go to ours, go to ours. You're going to find all of my current information. Besides, remember, all of our vendored MLSs don't have all of our products. So to find all of our products, I'd go into the education folder of MI Education. And if you want stuff on the Collaboration Center, I'd type it into the search bar and you'll find everything regarding the Collab Center. I can change my client's search criteria. Here's the one for buyers, here's for sellers, here's the entire one. And even that About Me page, if yours is gone or you've changed it so much and you just want to start over again, there you go. They're all right here. Now, second of all, you'll also find 2 of the handouts. So the handout for the whole one and the seller's handout are located in your GoToWebinar panel. In that little orange arrow, there's a whole section called handouts. Okay, so I want to find out if you guys have using the Collaboration Center. So I'm going to launch just a small poll here and see what we get. Wow, everybody has voted already, and it's 50-50. So remember, to find your cheat sheets is simply going to be in the MLS documents, and then go to the MIRS education folder, not just the plain old education. So next, what happens if we want to add a seller to our Collaboration Center site? Now, you know, I'm not a listing agent, so let's go over to Miss Audra's. Now, do not freak out to think that anybody could assume your identity. I am staff at my real source, and that's how we help our agents. We can assume your identity. So staff can do this. Your broker can assume your identity, and anybody that's classified as a secretary level in your office, or either your own personal admin can assume your identity to work on your behalf. It's great for teams. So I'm going to assume Miss Audra Jancic from Coldwell Banker Professionals. Great agent. She also teaches for us too, just not during the pandemic. She prefers in-person classes, which I am happy to say that they are starting again on November 2nd. We have a class from 10 to 11:30. We have room for 6 in-person attendees, which we already have 3 registered. So if you want to get in on that, on the in-person class, you want to register today. And we always have coffee, but we're also bringing in donuts for the class. Yay! I'm not going to mark Audra's as red, so she knows that that's coming up. And you'll see this is one of the updated broker homepages. So this is a Paragon for brokers. My page has the My Real Source page in it, but a broker's homepage, they have the ability for a private label MLS where they can put all of their stuff in here. And of course, we still have a banner on this page as well. So if I want to add my seller to the Collab Center site, which is a really cool thing, how do you do that? Well, remember, the easy way to get to my listings is go to My Info. So if I'm working on behalf of Audra, maybe I am her admin, and she wants me to set up her seller on the Collab Center sell site, I certainly can do that. So to find her listings, I go right to My Info, and there's those listings right there. So now I know that here is her listing. Very nice. Okay, so now we want to go over to the contacts module, and I'm going to add a contact. I'll just use myself. Well, here. And remember the check mark and the primary. I'm not going to do any spouses on here, any address information. I don't need it here because she's selling it, so I don't need to add it to my database, do I? Top right, personal cellular. She is a friend and a seller. There we go. And save. Oh, I'm already in here. Oh. Okay, let's try that one. Great. All right, so let's kill that message. Thank you. And it does ask me if I want to associate a property. Thank you. I do. So I'm going to associate that property. And it's going to give me a list of all of my listings, which of course, in this short inventory market, she's happy to have the one. All I need to do is select it and tap save. Now there's a couple things you need to do. Now I don't need to view my detail. I know what the property looks like. So here is a sell side site and an email report. So here are the two things that you have for your clients. So enable the sell side site. That's the one that you go to their Collab Center site. They can see all the stuff they can buy. They can even do the stuff to sell. So I don't want it disabled. I will toggle that to on and send that welcome message. I'm not going to CC or BCC Audra. She'll be wondering what is going on. Now again, there is nothing here. However, preview this. And here's what it looks like. There's Audra. They do need to create a password. There's the listing. Where do comparables come from? And again, her information here. She has no social media marked here, so nothing pops up. And send. Ta-da. So now that email comes to me, and this is exactly, there's no need to go show it to you because it's right here. Very cool. And now that I have the sell side set up, I can also do an email report. I don't have to. So let's toggle that from disabled. Oh, thank you. And that was already sent. Let's go back. See if she wants to do that again. Oh, it's not going. Okay. So you want to view that site. Very awesome. Now, if you only have your clients on a sell side site, you'll only see the seller side here. Let's go back and also add, so we'll do a buyer activity. So you see, add a search. I'm just going to load an existing search for the sake of time. Do I have anything in here for Debbie? Ah, there we are. And save. Don't need the welcome message, it's already sent. Options. We will go, she doesn't need a BCC. The agent will do hers off, so she doesn't need to be annoyed at my class tests. All right, so let's go view that Collab Center site. So now we have buyer activity. So here's all the possibles that they're going to be, that's up for sale. Wow, just one, crazy. And so on that listing activity as well is another one. Sorry. There is the seller activity and competition. So what's in competition to my listing? So now your client can see what's going on around that listing. Home wealth, not on there. Property search, so they can do another property search if they like. So let's go back to that buyer activity. So they can see any other recent sales, communications, save folders. So they have a great idea of what's going on in the area. So they can see what's recently sold. Very awesome. Nice. So now you have both the buyer and the seller side here. So back to the seller side, I didn't show you everything here. So this is the listing. There have been 269 views on this listing. And it looks like Sunday is a big day. Agent views, buyer views, price changes, nothing there. So you'll see that a lot of agent views have been on this property. How about any showing time activity? There's been 3 showings in the past 7 days, 16 in the last 30, and 12 feedback. Nice. Now, I want to let you know that the prospective buyer activity comes from the Collab Center, and that's all of our regional MLS, not just My Real Sources Paragon. And you will not get anything from Real Comp because it is a different system. So it is a portion of the picture. There's your real estate agent views, prospective buyer views. And has anybody recommended this to their clients? Yes, 2 agents have recommended it. Any social activity? Where are they coming from? Emails, Facebook, real estate agent comments, consumer comments. Look at that. So you get a lot of information in here, which is really fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That is the seller side. All right, 10:54, we have had a full hour of class. So we have done how to add your client onto, let me go back to my page. Here. Yes. All right. So I'm going to go back to my contacts page just for a second. So first and foremost, we created our Betty buyer. We added her to the Collab Center. We also did an agent recommended for her. So the agent recommended, we saved that to a listing card. We did the seller activity as well as, don't forget, we did that agent preview listings. So we've also looked at the Clients Collab Center, how they can contact me, and what else? Faves, rejects, and also how they can do that social share. So remember, if you need to find your handouts for the class or any class, it's in the MLS documents. Simply go to the My Real Source folder, not this one. You'll see there's only 87. I'm going to go to the My Real Source folder, and you're going to see MIRS Education. You will find all of our cheat sheets here, whatever you need, Collab Center, all this lead gen, all of your lead gen. And that's just been updated too. So lead gen is now here. I just revised it 10/17. And then I will get it alphabetical before too long. Let me ask if anybody has customized their Collab Center. So we've got a few no's. We got a few no's. All right, let's just go ahead and close that poll and do that. How do you make sure to get the best out of your Collab Center? So let's go into the preferences icon, and I'm going to go straight to the Collab Center preferences wizard. Okay, so if you're following along, it is the preferences icon and then the Collab Center preferences wizard. And we're going to tap start. Now, my given name is Deborah, and that's how the license would have been shown in the membership database. But I don't go by Deborah, really. So I changed it to Debbie, and I have Rand, my maiden name. I put that there as well. My maiden name is my middle name now. Last name is not going to change. I'm going to display the primary number, which is my. So this is the agent information, not the office information. So my primary number is my cell phone. My secondary, I actually do have a secondary. It's been added in here. Now, unfortunately, it's nothing you can add yourself. If you want something added into that secondary number, put it into the questions box for me, and I'll go ahead and enter that into your member profile as well. Do I want to display my email address? Of course. And of course, my website. Now remember, we also had, if you don't have one that you've bought, been issued by your client, you do have a website from HomeSnap. So you simply go into your HomeSnap page, click on the My Profile, and it's right there. And if you want some help with that, you know how to find me. I have all the time in the world to take questions and emails and phone calls from my membership, because you guys are my first priority. And I did put in a video up there, and you'll see that here in a second. So here are my Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram pages. All I need to do, remember, this needs to be your business page. Here's how you get this in here. I'm going to show you the nice, easy cheat way. I'm going to go open a new web page. So I'm going to hit my plus. I'm going to go to Facebook. Now this is going to go to my home page. I want to go to my business page. So I'm simply going to tap on it there. And here's the cheat method. I'm going to click into here, right click, so I copy, go back to Paragon, and maybe if it wasn't in here, so I would simply right click and paste. And I'm going to do the same thing for that Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. They're all going to be right there. And then my story video does need to be hosted on a public website. So I went to our YouTube channel and I got our new agent onboarding video. And of course, I can update a shot here, seems to be, to upload a unique one for the Collab Center. All right, next. There we go. Wanted to make sure I wasn't too click happy there. So the Collab Center, this is the About Me message. That's that page that's on your client's Collaboration Center site. This is standard operating procedure. That is the default. Now I can put my last name here. Or in your case, I would say Option R for my registered trademark. Oh, or it's, there we go, Alt 0174 from a laptop, PC. But remember, I'm not a realtor. Okay, so remember when I showed you my page? So you had all of those links, and there were also names on the side. So what we're going to do is I'll show you how to add a new one and modify that. So I just did, I copied my web page. So I'm just going to paste it right here as well. Now I don't want my link to be the same name, so I'm going to uncheck. This will be my Facebook business page. And save. So that's how you get that changed in there. So that's what that Facebook page now looks like. Instead of just having a URL, you have a URL and the name of it. Next. Now we get into the office information. So I'm going to display that primary number. And remember, license law does require you to have a minimum amount of information here. However, you don't have to select everything. I do, just so they know. Because maybe like the office address, maybe you're technically licensed out of the Birmingham office, but you really work out of the Clinton Township office. So in that case, sometimes I would not show it, do show it. It's up to you. Here are your notification options. First of all, you have your agent. And next, you have your client options. So on my client options, of course, I'm going to say notify on a new listing. I'm going to notify them on price changes. And maybe now that the market has changed, it's not so fast moving, I'm going to unselect that status change. Because before the market was moving so quick, I needed them to know that, hey, this is pending, this is sold. So now we're done with that. I don't need to let them know about a photo added, open houses, tours. But if I mark a comment on something, then I want that to be added. So now my agent, remember you have a separate agent notification that goes to you. Yes, I want to be notified on new listings. I don't care the price change, status change, photos, but I do want to know when my client favorites or possibles a listing, and then of course any comments. I don't need to know when they create a new search, and they really can't modify much. So that's what's now my agent notifications, and I'm going to tap next. So your clients can also create searches in here. So as a default, I could set this to new only. Now I can also disable it for everybody, but I don't really want to do that. So I will give them new. I allow them to search on residential, vacant land, and multifamily. I'm not going to put in here manufactured home park or businesses. It's not my genre, so why would I clog up their page? I'm going to allow them to search on active listings. I don't care about the solds being on there. I don't want that there. And I do want them to see pending listings, because if they're looking for something and it's pended, they'll be like, well, where is it? Well, your site obviously is junk. If I can't find this listing, I know it's over there. So that's why I keep those pendings in there as well. Next. And remember when we looked at your client's collaboration center site, it put in the valuations. And remember, in my small town, the easy value and RVR aren't always updated. Zestimate, yeah, it's there. It's your decision whether you want them there or not. Next. Ta-da! And you're done. If you have any other questions, let me know. I've got a few minutes left in class if you would like. We've gone through everything. And when you need to find more, it's look in those cheat sheets. They're always there. All right, and here we are with Miss Audra. Remember I told you that there would be on the email when there's an exclamation point on a white email. That is if your client has opted out. And yes, it is Audra. She's one of my realtors. She's another member here. She opted out because I wanted to show you guys what that means. It's got to be there for you. Okay, let me see if there were any other questions. Oh, okay, got them all done. All right. Well, I thank you very much for attending class today. And as always, we will get this recorded and put up on the website in a few days. I'd like to trim out any of the little bloopers and get that sent out to you. All right, look forward to seeing you on the next webinar and maybe even in a live in-person class. We'll see you soon.